think I'm actually going Bloodtithe Graveyard Trespasser here instead of using Invoke Despair. Jamers, it's TheOneJame, and today we are playing Jund Midrange. This is a list that got 10th place in a big tournament. I found this deck on MTG Goldfish and wanted to try it out for myself, and it impressed me a lot. Actually, I didn't expect Glissa to be as good as it was, and it let us get a lot of win conditions that we wouldn't normally have. Also, Unleash the Inferno is super strong, especially against decks like Mono White Midrange and mirror matches. Good against Reckoner Bankbuster, even killed a couple blood tokens so that opponents' Bloodtithe Harvesters could not kill us. And also really good against killing other Fable, the Mirror Breakers, and other sagas. So we do have a lot of removal spells, and we have a general game plan based around the black mana to cast Invoke Despair. We have about 22 black sources of mana in this deck, but we have a lot of removal like Cut Down, Anoint with Affliction, Go for the Throat, and Abrade. And of course, Unleash the Inferno dealing 7 damage. And we also have aggressive cards as well, like Bloodtithe Harvester. Reckoner Bankbuster gets in for 4 damage, 4 copies of Graveyard Trespasser to be able to get rid of Atraxa in our opponent's graveyard, Fable the Mirror Breaker, Glissa, of course, and Sheoldred the Apocalypse. I think this is a very, very good build of this deck, very well-rounded, has a good mix of interaction and proactivity, and it also has a very good mana base as well. Being able to have 22 black sources in this deck, while also having enough green mana to cast Glissa and Unleash the Inferno, and also having enough red mana to cast Abrade and Bloodtithe Harvester on turn 2, and casting a Brotherhood's End out of the sideboard, gives this deck a very good chance to beat a lot of the best decks in the meta. Our sideboard here consists of a couple more cutdowns, 3 Duress, another Anoint with Affliction, 2 Tear Asunder, 1 Unlicensed Hearse, 2 Brotherhood's End that I talked about already, 2 copies of Gix's Command, because this might be one of the best cards against Esper Legends, and 2 copies of Thrun Breaker of Silence to be really good against black removal, while also being just a really good threat and indestructible against decks that already can't deal with this. So once you get Thrun on the battlefield, if they don't have a sweeper, basically, you just get to run away with the game, or Thrun away with the game, if you know what I mean. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the matches, and it all starts right now. Mirror match. Brybridge Tracker is an interesting one, especially with Fable. Hopefully they don't have Abrade. They're probably going to get rid of our creature now. Ooh, they're going to jump block it. Or not. What's up, Counterman? Alright, so we're playing our Sheoldred here and hope it doesn't get killed. Even though it probably does. Yep. If they go land Fable, it'll be great. Because we have Invoke Despair. Land Briarbridge. I think I'm actually going Bloodtithe Graveyard Trespasser here instead of using Invoke Despair. I guess it doesn't really play around them having Duress in their main deck, but I'm willing to bet that they don't have Duress in the main deck. They do have 2 more draws from clues, though, which is pretty good. Ooh, Unleash the Inferno. Sure. Goodbye, blood token. Now they're going to get rid of my Bloodtithe and trade them off, and then they only have a Briarbridge Tracker, and then they don't have enough mana to use the clue. Nice. I'm not going to play the land out because I want to discard the land with Fable. The only bad thing for me was if they drew a creature, I'd be behind on board. Oh my goodness. What a banger. Well, now I have to play these. At least they have to draw a removal spell right now for Glissa, or else they can never attack with Sheoldred. Please don't draw a removal spell. Don't do it. Riveteer's Overlook. Interesting. Alright, that's not a removal spell. Not yet, at least. Huh. Am I discarding Fable? I have a legendary creature, so if I use Takenuma, I can actually use Takenuma and get back Sheoldred and have it for myself. So I should probably do that. Hope they don't have cut down. Weirdly enough, I think if I just attack first without using Takenuma, they might not have blocked it. Which, maybe that was a very slight misplay on my part. Because then they'd be losing their Sheoldred to an Abrade. See if they drew another removal spell. Soul of Windgrace. Oh, that makes sense why they're playing Riveteer's Overlook. That is a good one. Bankbuster's pretty good. Do I attack with Sheoldred? Probably not. I just need to overwhelm the board and hope to draw Bloodtithe Harvester next turn. What's up, Rachel? They are going to kill my Reflection with Bloodtithe, though, so... That's why we had to develop our other Fable. I mean, if they kill Reflection with Bloodtithe... Ugh, disgusting. I mean, I guess at this point I should just sack this Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Because, like, they're going to kill it anyway. Like, they probably should have used the Bloodtithe to kill my Reflection first, so that I have to sacrifice my own Fable. Do I want to make my streams very, very special? Well, I'm just upping the quality of the YouTube videos, so it takes me longer to edit them. And because they take me so long to edit them, I don't have as much time to stream as I used to. Ooh, Unleash the Inferno. I'm planning to do a set review. I might do one on stream, but I probably won't do one in a YouTube video. You know what I should have done, actually? Because I didn't have any cards to discard for Fable, I should have used the Bankbuster to draw a card. In response to my own Unleash the Inferno, to see if I wanted to discard it with Fable. It's probably a misplay. I didn't even think about that. I should probably just pass. Until I feel like my life points are in a good spot. At least we're back to best of 3. Like sometimes the, oh my goodness, that's a good card. Sometimes I can format the YouTube video in a way that still exemplifies like what I'm trying to accomplish with the deck, and still like play it in best of 3 on stream and make it into like one game on YouTube, you know? So even best of 1 players can be like, okay, well, this deck in theory of how you're playing it is still good in best of 1, because usually if a deck's good in best of 3, it's pretty good in best of 1 anyway. But you're just gonna have to like make your deck a little bit better against like soldiers and mono red. In best of 3, you're not going to get as much soldiers and mono red, so it doesn't make sense to main deck like 4 cut downs and stuff. Abrade my Bankbuster, how dare you? Okay, cut down's pretty nice. Harvester is very nice. The only thing about Soul of Windgrace here, oh, they can't make it indestructible. What's up, Jordan? Am I trading Sheoldred with Soul of Windgrace? I think I'm okay with trades now. Actually, I don't even know if I should be okay with trades, because Bloodtithe, if I play Bloodtithe next turn, I automatically kill Soul of Windgrace anyway. Maybe I shouldn't be okay with that trade. But I'm so ahead on board right now that I think it's fine. Am I drawing a card? Or am I removing counters from Sorin? I'm gonna remove counters from Sorin. I think I'm gonna hold the Bloodtithe in hand. Just to make them not play around it.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Well, as long as I don't draw Invoke Despair. Or Sheoldred. Briar Bridge. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. I don't even need to use Invoke Despair right now, though. I mean, hopefully I don't have a removal spell. Okay, they don't have a removal spell, or they would have used it. Alright, no Undying Malice, please. Glissa doing its best questing beast impression. Look at Glissa being an actual questing beast. Alright, no Invoke Despair, please. Glissa can remove the counters from Bankbuster, too. What a house. Glissa was great there. Okay, so... do I want Tear Asunder? Probably. Oh, that's true. That's true. If I chose to kill the Fable, then it would deal 6 damage to face. That's true. I didn't even see that. This isn't the best hand I've ever seen, but it's still, like, keepable. There we go. Go Bloodtithe. Go into the removal spell. No removal spell. Guess they probably have Soul of Windgrace in hand if they're prioritizing using Overlook here. No red mana. I'm gonna play out Graveyard Trespasser instead of Glissa. I want to play Glissa, but I also don't want to run into the removal spell. And also Trespasser exiles the Overlook so that they can't use the Soul of Windgrace next turn. What if they actually have Soul of Windgrace? That would be funny. Trespasser just countering their play. It's a good draw. I think I'd rather keep the pressure on here and Abrade this instead of Bloodtithe Harvestering. Because dealing 6 damage and holding up Go for the Throat's pretty relevant. Actually 7, because Graveyard Trespasser exiles the Bloodtithe. Even though Abrade can get rid of more valuable threats, and also it can get rid of Bankbuster, I think I still like using Abrade there for tempo reasons. Like, being on the draw and having the tempo advantage that we have here is, like, so good. And we just have to hope they don't have, like, Brotherhood's End or something. Like, if they have Brotherhood's End and we don't draw an untap land, it's going to be pretty hard to beat, pretty hard to win. But they probably don't have Brotherhood's End post-board in the mirror. Okay, so now they probably play their Soul of Windgrace. Okay, they don't have Soul of Windgrace. They probably have Unleash the Inferno then, I guess? Nope, just an Abrade. Get the Fable going. I mean, they could have Infernal Grasp or Go for the Throat here, and then just need to get rid of the Graveyard Glutton. Ooh, they have Tear Asunder. That's fine, I don't want to discard any cards anyway. And we still 2-for-1 them, because we have the 2-2 left over. Actually, if I didn't use the Graveyard Glutton, if I sacrificed the Graveyard Glutton, it would be lethal with Invoke Despair. So I'm just going to do this, and then try to draw an untapped land to kill them with Invoke Despair. That's not an untapped land. That's not an untapped land. Do we have 2 creatures in the graveyard? Yeah, so it's game anyway. It didn't matter. Nice. Abrade's pretty good. They could have Wandering Emperor here. They have Sunlit Marsh, which means they're definitely playing Laydown Arms. Yep. We didn't see a Restoration of Iganjo there or anything, so we didn't see a wedding announcement. That means if they had Wandering Emperor, they would have held it in hand. So they probably have just a bunch of big spells, or I don't know. I don't even know what they could have. Lorna of the Third Path. Well, that's a really good one here. I'm gonna cut that down just so I can attack him with the 2/2 and Invoke Despair them. Ah, just kidding. Ossification by 2/2. How dare you? I'm gonna cut down this because cut down doesn't have much targets in this matchup anyway, and I hope to draw an untap land. We did not. I'm gonna exile the Bankbuster because they could have Sarah Paragon. And I need to keep Go for the Throat in my hand for Sarah Paragon. Another Trespasser. They could just have a Sweeper, so I don't even want to play anything. Oh, well, they're going to discard a card. Nice. Ossification is really, really good against Invoke Despair, though, unfortunately. Well, there's Invoke Despair. They can also draw 2 cards with Roadside Reliquary. It's gonna be a slugfest. I'd rather use Invoke Despair to get rid of a Planeswalker, though. But I think I'm gonna play Graveyard Trespasser and hold up Go for the Throat. I don't really like our spot here. They did not use Roadside.
I'll light your way on these dark streets. You're safe now.
Please don't get wedding announcement. Alright, that's fine. I guess I have to use Invoke Despair here. But I'm only going to draw 1 card. Almost rather just do this.
Retreat isn't a reason to lose.
They should use Roadside Reliquary in response to Restoration of Iganjo, but they did not, thank God. If they did it in response, they'd be able to bring the Roadside Reliquary back and play with Restoration and draw the 2 cards. So it's like free draw 2 there. Fourth Roadside. Oh geez, we're getting drowned in card advantage. That's draw 8 cards there. And Invoke Despair does nothing because they just sacrificed their ossification that was on my token. So much value. And they can still have a sweeper. Okay, they get to do the thing. They get to bring back the roadside reliquary, unfortunately. Resolve. Depopulate, yep, that was expected. This mono white deck just has so much card advantage. Like, so many priority buttons to click. Wow, they sacrificed the wrong ossification. Sarah Paragon in the deck makes this decision awkward. You played Legends against Mono White, led 29-3 and lost? Oh my goodness. That's 3 lands in a row. I mean, I think I win. Wait, no, I don't. They're gonna go to 3 life here. That's 4 lands in a row.
overlords. First you, then your ghost.
I'd like to draw a non-land, please. That doesn't help too much.
Your time's almost up.
Depopulate. Glissa's not terrible, but they get to make a copy of Glissa too. And we get to first strike death touch each other.
Time for your spirit to move on.
Oh wait, it doesn't even make a copy, it just exiles it. It's like fractured identity. It's pretty bad for me. Where are my Unleash the Infernos? No one will know. Alright, we're dead. I see they recommend offloading removals during sideboarding, but how am I supposed to kill Paragon? Unleash the Inferno. They brought in Duress against me? Okay. I'm the one bringing in Duress against them. I guess they're trying to take Invoke Despair out of my hand, or Unleash the Inferno. They could have a sweeper next turn. So that makes casting Sheoldred pretty bad. Do I just make them have it? Sure, I'll make them have it. I can't beat them as the game goes along anyway, so I might as well just make them have it now. What's up, Jeffer? And if they have a sweeper for Sheoldred and Graveyard Trespasser, they don't have a sweeper for Thrun. And Thrun can't get 1-for-1 removed. Third path, getting rid of Bankbuster. Okay, so I'm not going to contribute more to the board now, since they probably have a sweeper. When they want to, like, bait me out to play the Thrun here. Ooh, wow. That was a great draw. Alright, now they have to sweep. They don't have the sweeper. Let's go. Ooh, a good hand. Farmhand. When I was in MagicCon Philly, I played in one standard tournament because they had a paper standard tournament. I was like, oh my gosh. So I borrowed Airball's deck. And he was playing mono white midrange in standard. So I played mono white midrange and just demolished everybody. The deck's just so good. I'm going to play Trespasser over Fable, I think, this turn, because I don't want the Fable token to get ossificationed. Am I going to Minneapolis? That's the plan. Let's see if we can get a double block out of them. Nice. You're trying to go to, you're waiting to hear back on your creator badge application? Yeah, same here. They just take so long to send emails back. You have friends going, so I might just be tagging along. Okay, nice. The friend that is the friend going that went to Dallas with us? Because doesn't he live in Wisconsin? Guess I'm playing Unleash the Inferno here. What's up, The Rog? How's it going? Jake? Nah, he moved to Texas. He'll be going with us to DreamHack Dallas. Nice. I'll be playing in the RC. We have 5 mana, which means we don't really need the Trespasser right now. Just get Fable going. They could have Lorna of the third path, though, and that would be really bad for our Fable. But the upside to going Fable is that next turn, if we don't draw land, we can go Unleash the Inferno and Tear Asunder. They also could have a Planeswalker. I think Trespasser is better than Fable here, just because if they do have a removal spell... I want them to discard a card. Especially like Wandering Emperor, right? I should have exiled the land. Okay, no Emperor. I mean, they could have Kaya here. If anybody wants to meet me and you live close to Dallas, I'll be at DreamHack Dallas playing the regional championship. Or also if you live close to Orlando and you can go to Command Fest Orlando. Will opponents sweep or will they not? I mean, they could have White Sun's Twilight, right? But they need an extra mana for that. So they don't have Emperor, and they don't have Ossification, and they don't have Light on Arms, or else they would have done those already. I don't think they have Sarah Paragon, or else they probably would have played that already. They probably just have like Kaya and a bunch of other, and like maybe Elspeth, maybe Restoration of Iganjo that they haven't had time to play yet. Because like I've kind of been forcing their mana every turn. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like 2 Kayas in their hand and can't cast it yet. They could have the Eternal Wanderer in hand, which they probably would have snap played already if they had it, so they probably don't have that. Or they got Comcasted and their internet shut down, or they are just roping me because they lost already in their hands full of lands. Which I don't think they're hands full of lands, because they played... they did not play a land on turn 3, they just played Wedding Announcement, and then turn 4 they started off their turn with Ambitious Farmhand to get a land. So I don't think they have a land in hand. Oh yeah, I'll wait to buy the ticket. Okay, we'll duress them now. Oh, wow, their hand's just awful. So we can play Fable, because this represents lethal next turn. 7 damage exactly. And just hope they don't draw a sweeper off the top. Wow, my read that they didn't have a land in hand was so bad. They had infinite lands in hand. I can say I usually have good reads, but that was a terrible one. I mean, they might have just, their internet might have broke, or honestly, they probably just left they probably just closed Arena and just left because they had so many lands in hand. Hey, we beat Mono White Midrange playing another midrange deck. Usually Mono White Midrange kind of just demolishes other midrange decks, and we're not even playing counter spells to stop the big spell. So game 1 was really back and forth. Ended up losing it. Games 2 and 3 we ended up winning pretty handily. Unless they top deck White Sun's Twilight exactly right now. And scoop. Nice. Or farewell. Alright, Jamers, thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure to give this channel a like, and this video a like, and give this channel a subscribe if you like more content like this. Appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions about the main board or sideboard down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, peace.